realized that her walk-through pattern wasn't real good, and I kept thinking she was just tired, so she didn't pick up her feet, you know. And then she started in basketball and got Spark Plug of the Year, and so she was doing excellent with that. And the next year she had a little bit of trouble going back and forth. And that's when her doctor, who happened to be the father of the coach, could see that she was dragging one leg. And so he fixed us up with a doctor in Grand Rapids. And we went to see him, and he said that it was either MS or myasthenia gravis.
Learned the hard way, I guess you'd say, that her husband had just run out of energy and personally couldn't handle caring for her at the level she requires. He just couldn't do it anymore. And so one morning he broke the news to her, and she was at a nursing home that night. So no warning, no adjustment, just the facts, and we're going to the nursing home. And I recall you saying that that might have been the experience that trumped everything else as far as the hard
yeah,
things.
I thought the other two things were hard, but of course not anywhere near of what she was dealing with. But you see a side of life in a nursing home that you aren't accustomed to, and you know it's there, but it's something that you don't have to deal with, and certainly not at her age that she would have to deal with. And it was the third hardest thing to see.
She's Kelly, I mean, she's an amazing woman, very inspirational, which is great. I think she helps a lot of people, you know, realize that, you know, it's not as bad as what you think that it is. So, but it is a challenge in the fact that, you know, the population here is primarily seniors. We don't have very many young. So I did worry about that initially and asked Kelly if she would be okay with that, knowing that it is all seniors here. You know, our average age group, minus Kelly, is 80 years old.
We need an alternative for Kelly, or someone in her age group who has a physical disability but is otherwise mentally and emotionally just fine. So when she wanted to get out of the nursing home and asked me to look around to find some alternatives for her, there just weren't any. Most things that we found were really geared toward retirement and senior care. So in the end, we did choose a really terrific facility in Lowell. It's called Green Acres, and it's just beautiful. They do a terrific job, but the average age there is 80 years of age, and Kelly's in her 40s. So socially and emotionally, there isn't a lot of connection there. And she would really like to have a place similar to where she is, but with peers, you know, people her own age that she would engage with and have friendships with. I think we all want that. So we decided when the book came out, and I asked Kelly, what are we going to do with this book? We want to sell this book, we want to raise money, what do we want to do? And we had to be very careful because Kelly can't take income personally without risking her benefits that provide her a place to live. So she said, well, what I'd like to do is raise money to build a place that would be like the one I'm in, but for people that would be my age. So we could have independence, I could have help when I need it, I could have people my own age, and one big, really important thing for her is to keep her service dog. You don't find that in any of the places that I explored. So those are the key components, I think.
Well, I'm hoping we can play several opportunities. One is I hope we can help them continue to raise funds to be able to build Kelly's Place. Two is I think we're pretty good at helping design and doing some things, because that's what we've done. We have a lot of facilities ourselves. And three, I think we can assist in maybe helping to sustain long-term the opportunity for the individuals living there. And we can provide assistance to those individuals. It's one of our goals is is to make sure that people, as I mentioned earlier, can live independently. And so we want to keep them that way. What does it take to do that, and how can we assist in those kind of things? First of all, any time that you can create a place for individuals to live independently, that makes a difference. It makes a difference in their lives. It increases their opportunities. And so I think clearly the key is to get individuals into a place where they feel comfortable at and can live their lives to their fullest, the highest quality of life. I mean, it's simple. This is, we all have to be working towards that. And I think that's one of the reasons that we want to be so passionately involved in this. In this Kelly's Place, what's really unique about this is going to get not only supports put in place, but the opportunity for quality of life. When you and I want to go down and go to the store, we just go up and we get in a car and we go down to the store. These individuals can't do that. They need assistance to do that. So how do we make sure we're providing that? But it's still the same. They want to do on their own, not always be done for. So we have to provide systems to be able to do that.
We had people come out of the woodwork since the story broke and the book was released, and they have sought us out. They've come to visit Kelly where she lives, and one woman came in a power chair, similar to Kelly's, and then right behind her came her mother, and her mother is in her 70s using a walker. And Kelly and I shared a look, across the room, and it was just one of those moments that you have that feeling of, wow. This young woman has rheumatoid arthritis so severely that she can't handle daily activities, and she's had it since she was 3. And her mother has been her primary caregiver, lifting, bathing, helping with toiletry, everything. And now her mother has a bad back and needs help too. Now what do? And there's countless people like that. And then in the statistics that I tried to find and put in the book, I mean, the Medicare and Medicaid know this. They have a study already done that shows that people under retirement age are the fastest growing segment in the nursing home population today. We're trying to build a foundation. Everybody has a foundation in life. You started with parents somewhere, in some way, shape. You attained a certain age, now we're adults. I'm seeking a foundation, and I want people who can help to find a way to help. I'm one person. I have writing ability, and I thought, well, I'm going to write about this story because I can apply my skill and my gifts to try to help. Every one person in any given room has something they can give too. And if we just unite and connect, we can move mountains. And I'm trying to build that foundation, and I'm asking for that kind of help from everybody that I can see and talk to and just spread the word. So building a very strong foundation and get Kelly's Place off the ground from there.
I don't think we've been advocating enough. The fact of the matter is things don't get done because they're the right thing to do. Very rarely does that happen. Things get done because people advocate. I mean, here's a prime example. Kelly's Place isn't happening because someone didn't advocate. Kelly advocated, Doreen advocated. That's a difference. So we have to have advocates out there to do some of that, to help individuals. The other part is we're so fragmented. So people with disabilities aren't getting together like politicians do, or the Republican Party does, or Democratic Party does, or other people do to advocate for themselves. They're all individuals out there, so it's so hard for them to come together. And if they all went on Lansing, all the people with physical disabilities went to Lansing one day, trust me, it would make an impact. But we haven't got that coalition going to be able to do that. So there's a lot of work to do. This is one step in a lot of work. And I hope we don't stop by assuming that, okay, we got Kelly's Place done, we got one place done. Let's have 100 of them. How do we do 100 of them? And how do we get the private sector want to be involved in that because it's the best thing for their community? How do we do that? So I think all of those things need to take place, and it's going to be it's not a one-day battle. It's going to be a long process for us to do it. But if you can get one done, then you can get another one done, and then you can start seeing the success of it. And individuals, I believe, communities, businesses, philanthropists will want to be involved because this can be a successful story. People like success.
And she has survived a trauma that would have taken many humans under. And she came back from that with a fire in the belly, I'm not going to take this, I am going to find a better way, and I'm going to make a better way for other people. If that's what I accomplish with this life, then that's what I accomplish with this life, and I'm going to do it. And that's what carries her through, and I do think this is her legacy.